We're on the edge of a global catastrophic disaster. Human conflict, nuclear bombs, natural disasters, chemical and biological warfare. Without warning, the world as we know it can come to an end.
8 weeks ago, a group of volunteers entered a 10-week experiment to see if they can survive and rebuild after a simulated viral outbreak leaves Los Angeles and the rest of the planet devastated. Their new home, a cordoned-off 80,000 square foot warehouse near downtown Los Angeles. They started with no electricity, no water,
nothing,
and no communication with the outside world.
They're not broadcasting, they're just transmitting.
As part of the experiment, an outside gang of looters and thugs challenged the colonists' resources and security. So far, the colonists have scraped by on limited supplies.
I'm sick of this warehouse. I'm sick of the lack of food.
But with stocks running dry,
I think I've gone through every bit of body fat that I have.
the competition for resources is becoming a fight for survival.
Get up!
Now they focus all efforts on their escape plan.
We got to get the hell out of here.
And old foes push them to the breaking point.
This is hell! This is the end of the world! Fight back!
Conditions here are grim. Bathrooms are filthy, our clothes are in rags. We need to get out of here.
We all stink. It's just disgusting. Our hair is greasy and oily and matted, and our skin is just like different colors, you know. Like sleeping in dirt is just not something I ever thought I would have to do. It's hard. When I'm dreaming, and I see myself, I'm dirty.
With food storage down to a 5-day supply, the colonists are exhausted and withering away.
We're being tested morally and physically and emotionally. No matter how happy of a family we are, there's going to be times where we break.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I cannot work today on a cup of rice. I cannot. I've got beams to lift and weld, and putting in a 12-hour day on a cup of rice isn't gonna work for me.
18 gallons left. Even with rationing, that was our average for one day. We're all conserving. We're not drinking as much. We're not washing anything, clothes, hands. We're licking our dishes clean. So we've got to make this stretch as long as possible. Second to our physical security, this is our biggest concern right now.
With water at critically low levels, the colonists prepare an expedition to the LA River, using the solar-powered trike they built last week.
If we have to, we'll try to make 2 runs, but let's get one. One we're desperate for.
Bring us back some sustenance.
Awesome.
Don't lose the bike.
What?
The colonists' access point to the LA River is blocked off by an encampment of marauders.
No water means you can't cook, you can't drink, you can't wash. Without water, we can't survive. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, no river runs.
I didn't get
No water?
no water.
Why
What happened?
Marauders
are all camped out down there. 6, 10, more than we can handle.
Anyone who wants water's got to get through them.
Basically, it means we have what we have. We need to get this truck done, ration our water.
Bottom line, that's it.
That's it, man.
That's it.
That's it. We're screwed. We're screwed. No more water.
We're not screwed. It means we get to work.
4 weeks ago, the colonists drew up a plan for turning an abandoned truck into their escape vehicle.
It's got to look scary, and it's got to be able to take somebody out if you really need to.
What if we had something protruding out, kind of like spears, like on a pole?
So far, they've gotten the engine running and armored the back. What they don't know yet is that within the next week, they'll receive coordinates for their final destination. But there's still a great deal of work before the truck is ready to roll. The biggest challenge, fuel.
First thing I guess we have to put up there is gasifier. It's the most important part of getting us out of here. The gasifier is probably our best bet for an alternative fuel.
Before the colonists had solar panels, they relied on a wood gasifier to power their generator and charge the battery bank. The gasifier consisted of 2 barrels, one filled with wood scraps and one with a fire that heated the wood, releasing the gas. Now, the colonists are banking on a bigger gasifier to fuel their escape vehicle.
After a disaster, fuel supply is a critical issue. In the 2005 hurricane season in the Gulf Coast, it only took days before there were shortages of fuel. If your automobile ran on alternative fuel sources such as wood gas, you'd have a tremendous advantage.
Here's another option, kids. I mean, we have the truck, but we have other vehicles. That Ranchero, I think I can get it to run. That leaves us a lot more room and weight that we can put on the truck. The Ranchero gives us secondary transportation, mobility, power, all sorts of options. It's a great vehicle to have.
While Mike and John V inspect the Ranchero's engine, Vlad and John C start work on the new gasifier.
Here we go. Now let's roll this one. This piece is the spout for the gasifier.
Where the Brennenstoff goes in. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it up here.
There we go.
The truck's gasifier will be composed of 3 main parts.
It pops.
First, the upper container consisting of a hopper, chimney, and screen. This will house the wood charcoal for the wood gas. Second, a lower container that will hold the fire that heats the wood and creates the gas. And third, a cooling system that will lower the gas's temperature before funneling it into the engine. At the drill press, John C fashions the screen with his wife Diane. Last week, John was reunited with Diane after being apart 8 weeks.
Having Diane here is such a blessing. She is one of the most selfless and grounded people I've ever known. We work very well together. Shake that stuff up. So this is the fire grate at the bottom of the gasifier. What this will do is it'll hang at the bottom of the tube that Vladimir and I just made. And the burning charcoal will sit in this grate, and the engine, the vacuum from the engine will pull the air through those burning embers and take the gases that we're trying to capture, the gas from the charcoal, into the tube that goes into the cooler, which goes into the engine.
John loves discussing things and playing often back and forth with ideas, so he is in his element.
That looks great. Nobody thinks that's funny except me.
It looks very good. I'm going to do a 2-inch opening for the gases, for the suction. At the rate that we're going, Murphy's not around. It looks like we
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
If the truck is going to run reliably on wood gas, the engine must be in good condition. To test it out, they'll use a small portion of their precious gasoline supply.
Okay, everybody clear out. I'm gonna let this thing let run for a little bit.
Who's the smoking?
That's burned oil, man. That's no good for you.
When an engine sits unused for a long time, the internal components rust. Lubricated surfaces dry out and the oil accumulates dirt. In a sense, it needs a new break-in period to seat the piston rings and wear the rust from all the contacting surfaces. The first time you run it, you're bound to get a little smoke.
The truck is running!
Truck's running. That's important right now. I'm just gonna let this thing run for a little bit, run for a good 20, 30 minutes. It'll blow all this old crap out of it. This truck's been sitting for who knows how long, so we get all the smoke out, get it all burned off, all this old residue, it should be golden. So I'm gonna get out of here because it's way too smoky.
Hey guys, how about we open up the gate?
I love the smoke because it means we're getting out of here. I love the fact that that truck is running, and it sounds good.
As they wait for the smoke to clear, the colonists get their first break in weeks. But with the doors to the street wide open, the last person they want to see re-enters the colony. Four weeks ago, as part of the experiment, two strangers, Andre and Liz, entered the colony using a key, claiming to be the original inhabitants.
This is my house.
When events turned violent, the colonists threw out the interlopers.
Get the hell out of here.
Now, Andre has returned.
What is it?
It's Andre. He's in the he's in the walkway.
You guys, you think this place is yours? This place is mine. And I'm coming back with everything I can get to take it from you.
You guys slow down. Morgan, slow down. Morgan, get out. What do you take? What do you slow down, Morgan?
Bring your...
Clear. Close the door, close the door.
Let him run out.
You went that way.
Shut
Close
the
the
door
other door.
behind him.
Close that door. He's going around the other side.
Still there. Close the door.
In the back.
Just close that door.
Got it.
Did he go? Did anybody see him?
No, he's gone. He's gone. We chased him out the doors.
Oh, is there food gone?
When I checked the food, I noticed after counting it, Andre took about 16 cans of our food.
Let's get a head count. Make sure everybody's inside.
Could everyone count out? Morgan. Here. Allison.
I'm right behind you.
Allison, you're here.
Diane. John C.
Yeah.
John V.
I'm right here.
Great.
Right here.
Vladimir.
Vlad.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike V. Everybody's here.
Amy. Everyone's on the inside.
Andre was threatening to come back and take what was his. I've got to believe he really means it. So it just may be that we've got to jump on that truck in whatever state of completion it is at some point in the next couple of days and get out of here.
I'm just hoping that we can get this truck done and we can get out of here before Andre returns. I want Andre to open up the door to an empty warehouse. He can have it as long as we're gone.
With Andre's threat looming and resources almost gone, the need to leave is more critical than ever.
I really would like this truck to be going and get out of here before the storm comes, and hopefully we will. The Andre experience is a wake-up call. Maybe this puts a fire under everybody. Not only to get the truck done, get out of here, realize that we are in a desperate situation, but to also get back on security, to get that little fighting spirit back.
Positive and negative.
After putting a battery in the Ranchero and adding some gas, Mike drills the lockout.
How about them apples? Started up just fine. We got a running vehicle, kids. Less weight, better gas mileage, better acceleration, better handling. Less weight is good. My Sawzall.
This is gonna be awesome.
There it goes. Come on, do it.
What do you think, right there?
Right there, open her up. How does it feel to be a big dumb monkey?
Yeah! Peace to the planet! And goodwill towards men! Go!
Done.
Convertible!
Ready to be in a parade or something.
Da, 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 da.
All right, got one more fender to take off. Hell, I get a wild hair up my butt and tear all the fenders and the roof and the quarter panels off and the doors and spike it up a little, make it fun, thinking that we could use it for a chase vehicle.
But as the colonists move forward on their exodus plan, another threat approaches. Coming up.
Get the inside! Get the inside!
You do not hit any of us!
There are no next times in this world! This is hell!
Was that us?
Hello?
The following day, Andre's partner, Liz, arrives at the colony. She'll test the volunteers' unity as supplies dwindle.
Hello? Who are you?
Leilani?
Who are you?
It's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth and Andre.
It's just me. Everyone hands on deck in here!
Hi, Liz. What's going on?
I just need a little bit of food and water.
And what happened to Andre?
I don't know.
Let her trade for it. If she's got something of value that we need.
She's got my knife.
Did you guys take Vlad's knife?
He gave me a knife.
He gave it to you?
In fact, Andre and Liz stole the knife while the colonists were debating what to do about them.
I need you to pass up your bottle and tie the knife to that. You guys, right now, it's Elizabeth without Andre. She's not looking for anything but a little bit of water, and she's wanting to give your knife back. She said you gave it to her.
She's a liar. It just goes to show.
I don't know, do we want everybody over here? Because everybody's kind of keeping an eye in case Andre is lurking around right now.
I absolutely do not trust Elizabeth nor Andre, and I feel like she's probably out there acting while Andre's trying to get in somewhere else, so I'm just trying to keep an eye out, keep us safe. Elizabeth and Andre do not deserve a handout from us.
You're putting us in a really terrible spot, Liz. After you left and what you guys did, the group is completely hostile. And as much as I'd like to help you as much as I can, right now we have to take a vote. I've got half of a sauerkraut, and then the water will come from my portion of water drinking.
Okay.
All right? Hey, that's my choice.
vote.
That's my water choice.
My vote is no. I say no. How many no's? Not from somebody that stole from me. That's my vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 against 5. It's up to you. I already know the decision, so do what you need to do.
Is that it? Liz, you're gonna have to trust me. I need you to send up the knife. Give me the knife. I'm giving you my portion of my water that no one wants to give you. But you're gonna have to give me something. I need the knife.
Leilani.
I'm getting the knife.
Leilani, I need a little bit more food.
I can't do that. I'm already crossing the line. They didn't want to give you anything.
How long does it take to do this?
I understand her being scared and being afraid to let that weapon go.
Okay.
Hey, it's my
Tell her
knife.
use her fist. That's what she used on me.
Sending her off without a weapon, I'm not for. I have not
Exactly.
lost my humanity that much.
For someone who attacked us and disgraced us and
left-
stole from us.
Even though Liz might not have deserved a second chance, I felt with her being hungry and a woman out on the streets that I was still supposed to help. Liz, I need that knife. It is sentimental value. I have another knife here. If the knife is all that you want, this is the knife.
Okay, will you throw it down?
No.
Leilani, it's my survival. Please.
This is another
I will
knife.
swap you the knives.
No. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Leilani, will you drop the knife, please?
6, 5,
Leilani,
4, 3,
will you drop it?
2, let go.
Will you
Let
drop
go.
it?
Let go, Liz. Thank you. Here's water. Here, give the knife.
All it was just self-defense. Oh, just self-defense. She stole. This knife was given to me by my son Anson as a present, and wherever I went, I always took this knife with me. And then to top it all off, we actually reward her for stealing the knife.
Thank you.
I'm through with this bleeding heart crap. She's the last person we should have helped.
Why don't we step away from this and discuss it later?
All righty.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? Because here's
Good
the other
idea.
thing that she's taking from us.
Good idea.
Time on work.
And no, you know what she's taking away from us?
Unity.
Our unity.
Okay, go back to work and now let her steal some of our work time.
I don't like it.
That was his thing,
I don't
and
like
he
it one bit.
did
all
that.
voted.
Where do we draw the line?
That was
Who
his
doesn't
line.
get assistance?
He voted no for what?
Hey! Can we please get back to work? We can discuss this later tonight. We got a lot of stuff to do to get out of here. Thank you.
Morgan, can I go outside and put this in the oven?
Yeah, but let's get...
Amy was preparing bread dough when the crew was interrupted by Liz's visit. With coals burning, she doesn't want to waste it.
No, it's not even risking it for bread. We can't just cower in fear just because someone comes by.
I can't see anything down here, but...
You're okay.
Okay, thanks.
What's going on at that door? Amy?
Yeah.
Can you check with us before we open that door? What are we going out for?
Just before I lose all of this coals and all the
Okay.
heat that we did.
Fair enough.
I'm
Let's
sticking
make
in the
sure
oven.
before we do that, we have maybe one other person with a weapon. Don't laugh at me, Amy. I'm trying to...
I'm not.
You guys need to argue? Could you
I'm
please
not-
do
I'm
it
done.
later?
I'm done.
You look clear, but just in case, why don't we come back inside?
No, I will. That's fine. All I'm doing is sticking it in and running inside.
Now, if I was starving, I'd wait and then hop that wall and take whatever's in this garden, including that bread.
She can't really grab the bread out of the burning hot oven.
Sure she can, if you're hungry enough. Hope the bread's there when we get out.
door! Everybody at the back door! Hey, you guys, Liz is in the yard!
Again? Somebody watch the back.
No one goes out.
Elizabeth is stealing the bread. Ha! Good, good, good. Let her have the bread.
What's going on?
What's happening is Holly Hobby's bake center just got raped. I told you to wait. I just saw her through that hole and I came out here and she took off. I don't know if your bread's there.
It's gone.
Yeah? Cool.
All right, well, that's too bad. It sucks.
Yeah, it really is, ain't it? Everybody back inside. I'm done. I'm almost really done.
Okay,
So everybody back
but you still
inside.
don't need to curse at me.
You know what? Everybody back inside.
How is it gonna help
I will
me?
curse whatever the I want anymore now. Because this is getting, you're with my safety and my life now.
You know what?
Right. And now you're really with my safety in the side.
My God.
Get the inside. Get the inside.
You do not hit any of us, Joey!
Get inside. I'm pushing you inside.
Inside.
I said, wait an hour, wait a half an hour, morons.
I didn't lose anything. I lost bread. I didn't lose any person.
He spent 6 years in prison. It has changed who he is. That would be obvious.
This ain't a joke, people. It's survival.
Often, rules that make a person who's been incarcerated feel safe and comfortable are going to be very different from rules that make others feel safe and comfortable.
Guys, I think we all need to have a quick conversation.
When I was locked up, if there was a stabbing, if there was a fight, if there was a riot, if there was anything out of the ordinary that affected security, we all went on lockdown. We all went into our cells, and we normally did not get out until the next morning. But the fact of what just happened, and we just went right back to, let's open up the gates, let's go ahead and just go right back like nothing happened, I think is a security issue.
Since we're talking about security,
Yeah.
I find it very important right now
Yes.
to bring up the fact that I do not feel safe with the 10 people I call family.
Okay.
And you do not hit another person here. You do not push. You do not do whatever you call. You do not get physically violent with anybody.
Take the word hit out. But I agree with you,
Do
because
not
if you are talking about me,
I am
take the word hit out right now.
straight to you, Joey.
Then take the word hit out.
I saw pushing, I saw hitting, I saw it.
You saw me hit somebody?
Yes.
You saw me hit something? You're a liar. I'm gonna say it right now. Did you see me hit somebody? Because I know there was more than one person there. Did anybody else see me hit somebody, including the person that I pushed in?
Grabbed me physically.
Yes, and pushed you
when
inside.
I'm halfway in the door, which was totally unnecessary.
Right.
It was
Would you call it
completely-
hitting you?
You did not hit me.
Then
You
take that
grabbed
word out of that sentence right now, okay?
Be nice. Don't.
No, I'm done with being nice.
That's
bull.
Mike.
I'm ashamed of you for saying the word hit.
I'm ashamed of you for hitting somebody.
I've never hit a woman in my entire life.
Until
You know what?
5 minutes ago.
When somebody's pushing somebody out of danger, including my danger,
That was out
and
of
we're
violence.
still
That
talking.
was not out of concern.
I pulled her in to close the gate because I didn't know who the was coming around that wall at any second. That's where I'm coming from, you 23-year-old, no world experience.
Stop. No, you know what, Joey?
Actually,
realize there are no next times in this world. There are no next times in this world. It's all your time you all realize this is hell. This is the end of the world. Fight the back.
Joey's eyes were bulging, he was screaming, he was spitting, he was so angry. And you know what? When he does stuff like that, Joey's not Joey, and we don't know who that person is or what he's capable of.
He did the wrong thing for the right reason in his mind.
He still ended up grabbing her. He wouldn't grab you like that. He wouldn't grab Mike like that.
Do you know what he could have done? He could have said, Amy, come inside. He did not need to touch me and pull me in like that. No, I don't know how to deal with him.
We're only going to have more stress. If you thought this was something, wait till we get on the truck and go. So we can't resolve this now. How are we going to resolve it when that case?
Neither side was listening to either side, okay? So is my observation, okay? It sounds like he physically manhandled you in a way that was inappropriate, all right? But you don't need to yell at him either. I mean, if we lost Joey, that would be really bad.
I'm not the same person I was when I was in the pen. I'm not. I had to become something totally different. And when I need to pull him out of my pocket, I can pull him out of my pocket. But you know what? Letting go of who I was in there, it took a long time.
Colony life is starting to get to Joey. It's stressing him out. He's, you know, he's flying off the handle even more than me. I think he's getting stir crazy, and I don't blame him. He wants to get the hell out of there. He doesn't like the situation here, and neither do I.
In the shop, work continues on the gasifier, which the colonists hope will power their escape vehicle. Diane and John add eye hooks for the cables that will hold the screen in place.
You're wiggling it around a lot. Wait, stop. All right, keep going.
Vlad attaches the cables, and the upper container is complete.
We have the steel cables that we're using for the straps.
We also, this thing freely hangs so that the ash, just by the natural motion of the machine.
When the truck is going to be running, the truck is going to be shaking this thing here, and the ashes are going to be falling off the bottom. Don't forget, this is the bottom. Here we are. This is nice and easy. Wonderful. This is the hopper now, where the charcoal is going to come into, and we're going to have an opening of 2 inches right here on the side where the gas is actually going to be coming out of.
With an acetylene torch, Vlad cuts a hole in a steel flange, which will be used as the outlet for the gasifier.
Like this.
Next, he bolts and welds the flange into the gasifier's lower chamber.
Look who's here.
5 weeks ago, this group of traders bartered for food, gas, and a generator, testing the colonists' resource management and negotiating skills.
Give them all the damn oranges and get what we really need.
Now, with resources almost gone, they've returned to test them again.
How are you, my friend? I'll see you at the end, okay?
Okay. Fast!
No, we don't have anything to trade. Like,
No, well, let's see. Maybe they want some salt.
We have salt.
We have string. You and me?
Yep, let's go.
Truck.
How are you doing?
Everybody living. You look great. What you want? Okay, this is what we have. We have baking soda, correct, Leilani?
Yes.
We have salt. We have baking soda. We have a refrigerator. We have a microwave. That's about it. You have nothing.
You just sound angry.
We take food. No, we don't want to give any food away. We took what we want. I want. I know, and I want a red pony, but I'm not going to have one. I want food. My friend, we've been through this. We've been through this. What's your friend? You want to get paid? You going?
Advice, what do you want me to do?
Ali.
Joey's failure of communication was obvious. He had a chip on his shoulder and he wasn't, you know, thinking.
Last time I make friend with you, but no.
And damn it, I had to step in, man. The guy was gonna leave.
You want tires?
No, he doesn't want. He wants to get on the road.
Joey,
Go away. Go away, Joey. You're pissing him off.
You got it. I have sugar. I have water. Show me what you want.
Okay. We have where?
You have solar.
For that, that
Hey,
will
working.
be...
Working panel.
Working panels will cost
Okay.
you everything on your truck.
We want a lot of food for the solar panels. You can't get solar panels anymore. That's it. They're the last stuff. What's in here? Beans. Okay, so you get the 2 panels. We get the beans. Another 5 gallons of water.
Bring panel. Bring solar panel now. We give water. One big water finished.
Gotta be propane. We really need the propane.
Give him propane. Yep. You're free.
The only thing, you know, we gave them a value was the solar panels, and we're going to miss those maybe, but if we give up a few panels to get us where we're going, then so be it.
How much gas you want for 2 tires?
10 gallons.
10 gallons. That's too much.
9.
5 gallons.
5 gallon gas. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
We got 20 gallons of water.
What you want?
Peanuts.
I have peanut butter. I give peanut butter because I like somebody. For you.
I will give you mwah for that.
I love it.
Peanut butter.
I love it.
Now
My wife. My wife.
I thought I would use my blonde powers and go out there and see what I could get. And we got a lot of food, we got a lot of water. My hair did well this time.
Goodbye and good luck to you.
Okay.
I'll open the gate.
Coming up, the colonists grind on.
Bam, baby, here we go.
But a crash threatens everything.
I am apologizing to Amy. I would never want to see anybody lay a hand on my sister, my mom. I should have never laid my hands on her. Whether it was a push or labeled as a hit or whatever it was labeled as, it shouldn't have happened. While I have you all here, I would like to sincerely apologize for the other day. In the heat of the moment, I laid a hand on you and I shouldn't have, in anger. And I know that it made you nervous around me, and I hope you realize I would never, ever hurt any of you. I would only protect you. But I do apologize for what it caused, and I hope you accept my apology, because it's sincere. Thank you. That's all.
I wanted to hear that. Thank you.
Okay.
Of course, I accept it because it seemed like it took a lot for him to do that, and his eyes told me he was being sincere. He's a good person. There's no doubt about that. He has honorable intentions. I don't doubt that. It's just his temper freaked me out.
You know, I am shocked and surprised and so delighted that Joey came up and apologized. I didn't think he was going to.
Let's get some projects done, people. Let's go.
Unity restored, the colonists get back to work.
We're gonna place the gasifier on the truck to make sure it all fits real quick. So careful because it's still in two pieces.
What else needs to be carried over?
Go ahead and set it down so I can get up there and pull. Somebody grab. Thank you. Yep. You want a dolly up there? Nope.
No.
Dolly's the let's roll.
No, no, Joey.
Okay. Now tilt her. Okay. You can go ahead and come out this way. Beauty. Beautiful. Nice job.
The gasifier is coming along just fine. Everything has been completed except for the intermediate cooler between the gasifier and the engine. The gasifier will hold approximately 200 pounds of charcoal. So when we make our getaway, that will give us a distance of about 150 miles.
Nice shot.
Andre was here, so we just got to get the hell out of here. Okay. So right now, I'm just trying to do anything I can do to help, even if it comes down to using power tools.
Keep your hands away from that.
Where's the on button?
Right there, it shoves forward. Just shove it forward.
No, back and forth, not in a circle. There you go. There you go. Make some sparks.
Mike and Allison add support beams to strengthen the ranchero's frame.
And we're done.
It was very cool to see that beat up old thing running around. What really struck me is that Michael looked genuinely happy, not just happy, but delighted and relaxed. For Michael to be smiling, grinning, dancing around because the wagon was running actually lifted my spirits quite a bit.
Hey, you freaking bees! Wake up! Go, Dylan!
Mike disturbs a beehive inside the abandoned boat.
Oh, we're out of here. Where's the keys? Where's the keys? Ah! Ah! No, don't close the door! Ah!
The colonists work into the night. Mike and John V turn their attention to the trike.
All right, that's it. Let's give it a spin.
Coming up, the Colony season finale. 10 weeks of scavenging, building, and fighting. The colonists get ready for escape. But will Andre and his gang stop them? It all comes down to this.